Hey, it's Diego with Aim Shoot Develop. Today I'm talking about this spinner, Dolphin 360, or just the spinner 360, put out by Lomography. This basically does a full 360 panoramic on 35mm film. I've been talking about this camera for a while on my Instagram. If you don't follow it, it's Aim Shoot Develop by the same name as the YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked that out, you get a nice little glimpse of everything before it happened. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Tons of 35mm film content. I'm just gonna get right into the video. Here's a little pro tip. When opening the back door, make sure to push the latch down and then wiggle the back. It's actually on there nice and tight, so it doesn't allow light leaks. But when I first grabbed it, I thought it was actually stuck open. Not too sure, but a little pro tip there. Film stock I am using is this very cheap 400 speed ultra black and white film. It's non-DX coded. This camera doesn't actually matter if it is, but it is rated for 400 speed film. So definitely check that out. You don't want to put the film where the light goes through. Common mistake, very easy. There's two, that's just the decoy. You want to put it on the film take-up spool on the right there, the far right. This camera is very straightforward. It does have 3 settings. There is reverse, which is going to close the lens. There's sunshine, which is going to allow it a little bit smaller. And then there's the cloudy day, which is going to be a little bit larger of an aperture. Once you're done with the roll, you want to hit the rewind button, the top R button that has a little circle around. It's going to close off the lens, not allowing any more light to go through. You also want to remove the band on the bottom that keeps it from continuously spinning, that kind of resistance. Take that off, hit R, and then rewind as normal. So this is the first image, and this is how it comes out fully scanned. I'm really impressed with this camera, considering it'll pretty much get the whole atmosphere and the whole vibe. I am doing at-home development, so you're going to see some lines here. I'll get into that in a second, but overall the composition, the shot, it does get a nice wide angle lens, so you can get all the information, pretty much capture the whole essence of where you're at. I will be making a future video talking about the lab box, which is here. I haven't mastered it yet, and if you can tell me what I'm doing wrong from the scans, it'd be much appreciated. I really like how it warps the perspective of buildings and really flat or really sharp objects. It kind of gives them a different outlook and a different view in a sense. Another thing to keep in mind is you have to really get comfortable with this camera. If you don't do it enough, it does a half turn, but if you do it too much, it'll do actually more than 1 turn. Here you can see that I did 2 half turns and ended up piecing them together. I actually ended up liking how the composition came out. That white part on the film is from it getting overexposed. Basically, those are the little end pieces of the camera. If you don't put it on reverse, the lens stays wide open and gets you that nice flat white line, which pretty much means overexposed. I went with the cloudy setting since I was in the shade, but direct sunshine is going to be your friend here on pretty much all the settings. Here you can see this bowing effect. You can actually use the level to your favor. There's a little dolphin on top of the camera, and if you keep it level, you'll have a nice flat horizon. Let's say you want to get things in the distance nice and flat and even, but if you have it at an angle, you can kind of bow the composition to your favor, so something to keep in mind. Lomography on their page had said for a 36 exposure roll, you're going to get 8 images. I went with a 24 exposure roll, and I think I could push it towards 6. Here you can see this was kind of a little flat image. I actually didn't get a full turn on this, but I was really happy with the results. So many uses come to mind when shooting this camera. You can pretty much take it to events, concerts, you can take it to nature and document everything, take some trip with friends and document all of them, put them around the circle, or even take a day trip with yourself, a self-care day, and get you and the thing that you're absorbed in. I think that's so neat. It's very on brand for Lomography to be the one that put out this camera. I think it gives you so many limitless possibilities of what you can do and what's available. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I have tons of content just like this and some stuff that you probably didn't even know you wanted to look at until you kind of saw it, like 110 film, this Game Boy camera review, and this Polaroid Goose converted to Instax wide. It's very cool. And there is my Instagram, Aim Shoot Develop, the same as the channel. You can check out some of the cool stuff like I was saying earlier, pretty much before it gets to YouTube. And you can DM me, we can talk cameras and things. If you have your own experiences or even have questions, you can reach out. I'll get back to you in less than a day. Links to everything, including my Etsy, will be in the description, so check it out. That's pretty much it. Keep shooting film. Take care. Peace.